Hello Internet, I'm TychoCelchuuu, and this is a video sent in by a fan, JH or Scotty or something like that, and it is a Men of War Assault Squad video. Hooray! Back to Men of War! Thank you JH for sending in this 1v1. He is playing against his friend. This looks like a map I've never played, either that because I never play 1v1, or because I never played the DLC maps. I do have one of the DLCs. I got it back in the Steam summer thing like a year ago when they were giving out free tickets, and I took the tickets and I bought the Men of War DLC. Anyways, you don't need to know about that. You need to know about this awesome match. I guess it's Germany versus who? What are the enemies going to be? We don't know, and we got an assault squad right off the bat, and luckily they're playing Battle Zones, which is a fun game mode. And is he splitting his assault squad in two? Yes, he is, sending half to the left and half to the right. And he was about to say something to his team, but then he realized there's nobody. The team expected you to go UK. But what did he go? We are in suspense. So, JH Scotty splitting up his assault squad, and very nice job moving his machine gun here back behind some cover, although it looks like he's not going to get to go as far away as he wanted to, because here's the engagement, and it looks like the enemy may not have split up quite as much. It looks like most of his infantry heading to the left. They don't make it there quite as fast. Oh, so we're fighting the Soviets. They got Molotov cocktails. No casualties yet, which is interesting. Usually people end up dying. I guess there's not enough bullets flying around there. So Scotty being very cautious, staying out of the capture zone, not trying to make himself a target, but being very careful to keep one guy in the zone. It's good to cap those flags as soon as possible, because then you can just start the pressure on your opponent. And we got a nice flank going on. Very risky though, taking all his men in here. It does lose a person. Oh, this gets pretty ugly, this close combat stuff. But yeah, some grenades too. I would probably not be clumped up like this, and he quickly loses some people. Wow, that was a heck of an explosion. Oh no, we have a half track coming in. The half track, I've seen some people say they like to get these sort of half tracks, whatever, you know, Russian half track, German half track, whatever, at the beginning of the match, because it's nice to have a heavy machine gun platform sort of thing. It's not a heavy machine gun, it's a heavy machine gun platform. So like the machine gun is just a normal machine gun, but it's on the top, which is nice because you can shoot a bit farther. I'm not a huge fan of the half tracks. They're too weak. Too flimsy for my tastes. If I'm going to sink that many points into something, I want it to be infantry, because sure, infantry are just like even flimsier than half tracks, but you can spread them out, and it's harder for the infantry to get knocked out in one lucky blow. You can use the infantry to hide behind cover and spread out into crevices and get into a lot of places, and they're not going to have quite as much firepower as the half track, and they're certainly not going to have the mobility or the speed of the half track, but they're going to be cheaper, and they can do a lot of things, whereas the half track can pretty much only kill infantry. And you see, like, the problem with these half tracks is that they have such light armor that basically any vehicle is going to take them out, and just the first burst from that Panzer II Lukes takes the entire thing out. It doesn't even have enough armor to withstand the first sort of blow. So we have JH What's-His-Face concentrating mostly on the... Oh, look at that. Beautiful. JH What's-His-Face concentrating mostly on the left. Well, I shouldn't say mostly on the left and the middle. Entirely on the left and the middle. It's paying off for him pretty well. The opponent tried to attack in the middle, but that didn't work at all. The attack went much better on the left, but I'm really surprised the opponent... Well, I was about to say... sorry. Had to cough. I was about to say I'm surprised the opponent was not... what's it called? I'm surprised the opponent was not more aggressive on the left. But I guess he was hiding behind those fuel tanks before they exploded. Now there's not much cover on that point. So that's interesting. So finally the opponent takes the right. He probably should have done that earlier. Just something to even out the points bleed. We have 10 points already for JH What's-His-Face, the B team army playing as the Germans. So you really want to grab any of these uncontested points. That's just free points for you. That's number one important thing to do. And because once you have the uncontested points, it's up to your opponent to take them back from you, and they can fight over those or whatever you want. But look, there's no reason to leave an uncontested point uncontested. You should contest it, and then it's yours. And you see that just this one infantryman over here on the left is enough for JH Scotty to take the entire point from the enemy. So I'm not sure what the enemy is busy doing. Maybe they're cooking up some assault or something. Oh, here we go. But yeah, just one infantryman is all it takes if your opponent's not attacking. So this is why I'm always saying, oh, the enemy's taking the middle. This is why I'm saying always put constant pressure on your opponents and always try and be probing and attacking in as many places as you can sort of keep on going at once, because really the more pressure you keep putting on, the more likely you are to break through in one place or another place. So obviously it does have downsides. You're going to have to split your attention and you're going to take losses, and it's harder to micro and stuff like this, but I think the benefits really often outweigh the drawbacks. These paratroopers have to be really careful. They don't want to get caught in the open with this T-34 coming up. And a machine gun. Oh man, this might be bad. But they're paratroopers, so they're badass. He's going to have to be very careful right now. He doesn't have any anti-tank that can take out this T-34, except of course his paratroopers. I think a couple of them come with a Panzerfaust, and if they don't, they at least have anti-tank grenades, so if you can get close enough, that'll work. But that's going to be difficult. There's that machine gun over on the left, kind of near where the half-track was, and there's just so much space between here and the half-track that he's liable to get spotted before it comes up. So paratroopers very powerful. What are those machine guns? Oh, those are two paratroopers with their guns hiding behind those sandbags, those FG-42s, fantastic assault rifles. Germans were really way ahead of the assault rifle game. FG-42s and STG-44s, and then they fell way behind. Probably because they lost World War II and got their shit fucked up, so that explains why things weren't going so well after that, and why everybody else jumped in front of them. I don't know. Are there any German machine assault rifles up until the G36 and G16 or whatever? You'll have to tell me, gun people. There's a lot of gun people on YouTube, because they spend all their time on YouTube and shooting things. Man, lots of explosions in this match. I'm having a lot of fun. Are you guys having fun? It's like an action movie, except not exciting, and you have to listen to me talk. I contact Hollywood all the time. I tell them, look, I can narrate your action movies for you guys. I got a lot of practice on Men of War. Stuff blows up. Action movies, stuff blows up in Men of War. It's the same sort of thing. But I have not had any responses yet, even though I have slept with a lot of casting directors. I've sucked so many dicks, I don't even want to tell you guys. But let's stop talking about that. It's kind of depressing. These FG-42s really tearing shit up. What's this guy's name? Victor Kurz, this paratrooper, slowly creeping forward. So, now would be a nice time to get at least one man into the middle, and maybe that's what Victor Kurz is doing with his crawling. I think he's headed for the T-34, though that looks like two tanks. Are those two tanks? I can't tell. I thought I saw another tank. Maybe I was hallucinating. Sometimes I hallucinate without dropping acid. Alright, so now he's got a guy in the middle. Look how fast that thing's being decapped. I don't know why that happens. I guess it's really easy to take points away from your opponent, but not quite as easy to take them back. But that's really good to know. Send someone over to the right then. Send a single man over to every point your opponent has, and make them pay for not having good enough defenses. That's a good tip. Tips are good. Let's take a look at the point count. 13 points, 10 points. Alright, that's great. And so the very cautious play by this guy's opponent, I mean, obviously he doesn't want to lose the T-34, but I mean, he's letting the middle be taken, he's let the left be taken, and he may, for all we know, he'd be letting the right be taken too if the right were being attacked. But so that's what I'm saying, constant pressure. So here's a slightly risky move, buying this Panzer IV G, Ausführung, I think is what Aus stands for. I think the armor's not quite as good as the other Panzer IV, like EFG. H, I think the H would come with side skirts. But the gun is still just as good, and so he's going to use it to duke it out with his T-34. Very bad move by this T-34, not having its front armor face towards the Panzer IV. So the ideal, what's it called? Oh, ideal angle you want for your tank is like half sideways. Like, okay, that's not good. You don't want your tank directly facing. You want it to be a glancing blow. And in fact, you want as many slopes as possible. So the T-34 is nice because the front armor is super sloping. The Panzer IV not quite so great on that. So the T-34 is nice because the front armor is super sloping. And then you want to sort of turn it like 20 degrees or something to the left to the right, so it's hitting at a double angle. But it doesn't matter if you can just knock out the Panzer IV in the first shot, because you're a T-34 and you get lucky. So I guess that's what you get for buying the Panzer IV with a slightly lighter armor, although maybe the Panzer IV-G only has better armor on the sides from the skirts. Maybe the front armor is just the same. I don't know shit about tanks. And now he's buying Volkssturm. He just wants some bodies on the point. He's going to probably let his light tank do the fighting. That's what I'm guessing. That's the only reason you'd buy Volkssturm, because they're shit at fighting. They'll just get themselves slaughtered all the time. So he doesn't, you notice his points being, well, That's weird. It's counting up, so that means the enemy had... Nice try with the... What is... Oh, it's dynamite! Get the fuck out! Don't back up into the... What the shit are you doing? Don't you see the fuck? Well, at least he saved his tank. You need eagle eyes to play this game. You gotta see the dynamite. Look at those folks that are getting fucked up. They don't know shit. They're horrible. Oh man, he's gonna get shot. What is going on? Nothing is working. Everything is horrible. He's dying. I don't know what that guy's shooting at the tank for with his little light machine gun. Maybe it's a heavy machine gun which can technically punch through the armor of a Panzer II if it gets lucky, especially if it hits the back or the engine or the track. Maybe it's time to take out the track and then move in with the T-34. But it finally kills that guy behind the barrel, that SMG infantry that was unkillable. No, that's interesting. That was an SMG infantry, which means he had an AT grenade. And so the reason he probably dropped dynamite to try and kill that Panzer was either he's out of AT grenades, you only get one, or he couldn't see the Panzer II over the wall, so what he did was throw the dynamite somewhere and hope the larger splash damage would take out the Panzer II, because then he wouldn't have to worry about not being able to see exactly where it was. So, I don't know, take your bets. Do you think he was out of AT grenades? It seems like if he had an AT grenade, he would have just killed the Panzer II that second time that the Panzer II was trying to kill him behind the barrel, so he must have used his AT grenade in an infantry engagement, and it's always tempting to do that, right? Because the AT grenades, they explode on contact, and anyone who gets hit by one is certainly not getting up. So it's always very tempting to use the AT grenade and just, like, frag somebody. But the downside to that is that you never know when you'll need an AT grenade, and the general rule of thumb, I think, is the closer to enemy lines you are, the more likely you're going to want an AT grenade to take out vehicles, because enemy vehicles are just going to be less cautious the closer they are to their lines, and so people are going to drive around more, and they're not going to realize you're hidden in a bush or behind a barrel or something. And that's the time when you can just bust out with an AT grenade, get lucky, and some guy's dead. Ooh, we bought a sniper, and he's sniping some people. What the... is Panzer II is shooting his own Panzer IV? I don't know what's going on. But, so the general rule is, as your infantry start to get more and more successful and start penetrating into enemy lines, I would sort of start saving up those AT grenades, because you never know when you're going to be able to exploit them. So things not looking so hot for J.H. Scott, what's his name? Augustus Schubert and the rest of the paratroopers are moving in on the left, but we're at 16 points versus 28 for the A-team. Army. A-team being Russians, not A-team being the old American television show or the slightly newer movie. With the cool theme song, it goes dun 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 dun, and I won't sing the rest for you because I love you. More folksterm. This guy's name is Raimund Melman. Raimund sounds like raisin, sort of. This doesn't really sound like raisin. I'm almost out of raisins. Unless I have another bag sitting somewhere. When you buy raisins from Trader Joe's, they come in a bag. Oh, what is that? Red smoke. Does that mean supply drop? Does that mean artillery drop? Does that just mean they bought the cheap smoke from the surplus? It means artillery drop. So that was all to take out one paratrooper, I suppose. So those red smoke things, I believe they can be called in. I think the... Who comes with those? I'm pretty sure the officer comes with those, or maybe the officer uses a flare gun to do it. Somebody gets red smoke. Radio operators get red smoke, I believe. They're grenades that you throw. And this sniper is tearing shit up. Good stuff. Oh no, there's a guy with a Mosin sniper, and he's taking out the Folksturm, so why is he shooting at the Folksturm? If you have a sniper and your opponent has a sniper, it's sort of like if you've ever played Company of Heroes. Whenever you have a sniper and your opponent has a sniper, you save your sniper until you see the opponent's sniper, and you use your sniper to take out the opponent's sniper. Otherwise, the opponent's sniper is going to take out your sniper. And this is similar to that. Men of War is not quite as unrealistic as Company of Heroes, so it's not like you're walking around cloaked waiting to take the one-shot kill. But typically, if you have a sniper and your opponent doesn't know, and your opponent does have a sniper and you know, you should save your sniper for the opponent, because for the opponent's sniper, and snipe the sniper, because that's what you do. You can take him out and get a good shot. So now we have a Panzer IV sniping at this T-34 from far, far away. It's nice because this is a good angle to hit the T-34. If he were hitting the front armor, it'd be a very bad angle, but luckily he's got a shot on the side armor, so that's nice. These Suicide Folksturm sent to the middle under the cover shot of the sniper managed to make it through, and notice that his the number next to the range is red, except when he's aiming at the tracks. That means the game says, no, you're not going to penetrate. And oh man, he just ate an AT grenade. That's what happens when all your paratroopers are dead and they're not covering your tank. He's very lucky the AT grenade only took out his, well, I suppose he's not very lucky. When the opponent threw the AT grenade, they really should have targeted the engine. You want to take out the engine of a tank with an AT grenade for two reasons. Number one, the engine is very unarmored compared to basically every other part of the tank. So if anything is going to blow up, the engine's going to blow up. And number two, if you take out the engine, it's dead. If you take out the top thing, you just kill some people and then they can repair it like it's going on right now. There's some more artillery coming in. There's nobody there. That's what's hilarious. They're all dead, but the guy's just being cautious. And he killed one of his own men by blowing up a house car. I hope there's nobody living in that house car. I guess he blew up 3 house cars. Look at that! It's got a little light on the front! The stew's got a light. That's adorable. It's like, look at me, I'm being safe because I'm putting a light on the front of my stew so I can see where I'm going. That's awesome. Not a lot of downsides to buying a stew at this range on this map. These smaller 1v1 maps, you're unlikely to get people coming in from the sides. The stew is an artillery tank, I guess. This one he bought, it's a 105mm artillery gun, so that's not going to be very useful for taking out the T-34, and now he's fucked because the track is damaged. So I was saying, like, yeah, you could buy a stew, it doesn't really matter, this is a small map, and then his track gets taken out, and I look like an idiot because now the stew can't even turn. So unless the enemy moves, like, right there, things like go good. Oh, here come the paratroopers, let's see, a charge with the AT grenades. The thing, when you tell them to do this, no, well, okay. When you tell people to... Whoa, did that work? Motherfucker. No, I think it just backed into the half-track and blew up the half-track. Yeah, that didn't work. Nice try, though. The thing about that, when you tell people to attack with AT grenades to charge like that, you can actually tell them what part of the tank to attack. When you click on the AT grenade button and then click on the tank, it is sensitive to which part of the tank you click on. So, like I was saying before, let's try and guess which part of the tank you should hit. Well, you should hit the treads. Like I said, go for the treads. Or no, fucking engine. Why did I say treads? God damn it, I'm retarded. Go for the engine. Well, okay, you can go for the treads too if you want to keep it from escaping, but typically with this sort of thing, suck it, T-34. Typically with this sort of thing, like I said, go for the engine. It's less well armored. Oh man, now the T-34 is still alive. Since the engine's damaged and it's on fire, he should just pull back, because if the T-34 gets a lucky penetration on him, he'll be screwed, but he should just wait for it to burn out. So he needs to get that Stug out of there. I would highly suggest getting the Stug out of there. He killed a sniper. That's good. Would highly suggest... Okay, now it finally blows up. Oh well. He was banking on the heavy front armor and the sloping front armor of the Stug to save him. 24 points for the enemy. 42 points for the enemy, 24 points for him. And so it's not looking so fantastic, and he needs to keep his infantry alive so they can take these points. Oh, look at that. Is that another tank? What kind of tank is that? It's an IS-1, a Joseph Stalin 1. How does a Joseph start with an I? It is one of the miracles of the Russian language. And Latin. If you ever watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, maybe you remember the scene where Indiana Jones is walking and he has to spell out like Jehovah and step on the tiles that say Jehovah. So he starts with a J because he's like retarded, and then he's like, oh, nope, just kidding. It's Latin, so it starts with an I. And that is the end of my encyclopedic knowledge of Indiana Jones. Oh, is the light still on? I think the light got knocked out. That's unfortunate. No more headlight. Did they really have lights on the front of the tank? Probably did. That's pretty cool. Oh, nice! Took out the track of the Stalin. So now, that is a fan-fucking-tastic place to have the track knocked out. First, he should back up his tanks off. So it looks like what he's doing is he's going to use the he's just killing the shit out of this thing. It looks like he's just going to use his Panzer IV and come in with a pincer movement. Oh, that thing's fucked! It's so fucked! It's fucked-er up than a cat in a sandwich. Peanut butter sandwich. Someone eating a cat. Oh man, it's still alive though, so you should, this is what I'm telling you. Once you've sort of neutralized a tank, back off, you got all the time in there, you just lost a Stug. That thing's totally on fire, isn't it? Or the hull's destroyed or something. Anyways, once you neutralize a tank, back off, okay? It's not going anywhere. And you can approach it on your own terms. In this case, I would probably have recommended, before he sort of killed it with a tank, I was saying this is a nice place to immobilize it because it's right on the other side of that wall, which means infantry can approach it on the other side of that wall without being seen, or at least without being shot on. They can get really, really close before the tank can even shoot them. And so then you can do the suicidal charge at the last moment, and they barely have any length to go. It would be slightly better if there were a way to approach it without having to go up those steps and into the kill zone. But still, that's a pretty nice place to immobilize the enemy tank. So he could have taken it safe. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? It's a T-34-76. Oh, those are big T-34s. They got the good guns. So you gotta be careful. The 76 stands for 1976. These are time-traveling tanks from the future. Little known fact, folks. I bet you didn't know that. And it looks like his opponent is Ink and Chaos. I should have mentioned this before. This is his friend, I believe. Oh no, track damage on the T-34. Now the question is, when you're in this slugging match and they take out your track, you can either be like, yeah, fuck you, I'll take out your track, and sort of aim for the track and sort of try and paralyze them. And that would be maybe a good idea for him because that T-34 was backing up, it was sideways. So if he had taken out the track, then he could have gotten some good shots in on the side of the T-34, so that's nice. Good tip there, take the machine gun off the top of that, top of those tanks. Boom! So that's one thing he could have done, trying to immobilize the T-34. But the other thing is, when the T-34 is running away, you're like, well, this might give me time to repair my track. I might not want to get into a slugging match, a shooting match with this T-34. So maybe it's a better idea not for me to not immobilize this thing and to let it go. So obviously, if you can't immobilize it, then you don't have much choice. So in that case, he was firing at it and it didn't work. If you were looking closely, you noticed the Panzer IV a second ago did a little dance with its turret. Now it's doing it again. That's adorable. I guess he thought he saw something. Or it was shaking. It was cold. This looks snowy. They announced Company of Heroes 2 the other day. Or at least people scanned photos from a magazine where they announced it. So it's... Oh, T-34-76 knocked out. Nice. Company of Heroes 2 will be set largely in Russia. They have not announced anything else. But I'm sure it'll be awesome, and if I have a new 3D card by the time the game comes out, you can be sure I will be shoutcasting for that, unless it's a piece of shit. But no, I want to get on the ground floor of that shit, make all my money, like those StarCraft 2 casters. I'll be rich and famous. Or like Dawn of War 2. My Dawn of War 2 videos have like thousands of views, even though I haven't made any since 1,000 years ago, just because it's a more popular game. Nobody watches Men of War videos because nobody plays Men of War because no one's as cool as you people. No one likes these detailed games with all these World War II stuff and these complicated tactics, and everybody's got an inventory, and there's a guy named Tim Hartman, and he's a paratrooper, and it's like, oh no, look at these people, and everyone's got like complex penetration tables and all that stuff. This is an awesome game. But the price it pays for being an awesome game is that it's too complicated for a lot of people. Like Armed Assault 2, stuff like that. Good games like that. So how's it looking? 58 points for the enemy, 32 for our hero, J.H. Scott. And again, Tim Hartman and his squad of German Fallschirmjägers are trying to move in. Looks like he's... I'm not sure if he's actually attacking the right. That guy took a while to kill. If he's actually attacking the right or just moving in sort of in a rightish fashion. Oh no, Bruno Lehrer, the paratrooper. Wow, these paratroopers are doing extremely well. I'm not sure why these infantry are so non-lethal this game. Oh, ZIS-3 just blew up. That's unfortunate for the Soviets. Look at how this is the guy going all Rambo with this MG-42, it looks like, that he picked off the top of the Stug. That's impressive. Did you know the smart gun in Aliens? I'm not sure why it's called the smart gun. It's basically just a big fucking gun that Marines use. That was built partially on an MG-42 base, and the pulse rifle from Aliens was built partially on a Tommy gun plus a SPAS-12 shotgun plus, like, I don't know, some stuff from under the sink to make it look nice. I don't know. So that's more obscure movie knowledge for you. And look at these. Well, that's a tank commander with his machine gun, but look at these paratroopers. They're shooting it out, shooting with guns. What was I saying earlier? Yeah, the lethality for the infantry seems to be slightly low in this game. But this guy's coming back. Bam, 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 fighting on two fronts. I like that. I should maybe think about this squad of paratroopers over on the right who aren't doing anything. Maybe just have them move over to the right. Check out that thing. Oh, someone commented on one of my videos long ago that if I want my men to sprint but also to fire back at enemies, I should use F6 when I tell them to move. So I don't know if that works. I still have not purchased a video card yet. So I can't play anything other than DOS games. Lately I've been playing System Shock. But so I don't know if that works, but try it out. Hit F6 and click, and either it'll work or that guy was trolling me and it'll exit the game or something. But I think the idea is that it makes your people sprint, but also when they see someone they'll stop and shoot. Because normally the normal move command, when you right click, they'll sort of run, and when they see someone they'll stop and shoot. Or if you double right click, they'll sprint, and if they see someone they won't stop and shoot. It'll be like the ending of Gallipoli. But I guess F6 is maybe sprint and stop and shoot, which is like the best of both worlds. I'm not sure why that's not default. I can't see why you would want to not do that unless you were trying to save stamina or something. It's unclear to me. One thing I've noticed in Men of War, people seem to get their helmet shot off much more often than I believe probably happened in real life. Like, I think probably in real life if a bullet like hits your helmet, it's not like, ping, there goes my helmet, oh well, better pick up another one. I think it's like, you just died. Because a bullet hit you in the head. Is my impression, I don't know. I know very little about war and shooting. Apparently Christopher Lee, who is like the biggest badass in the world and also an actor, he played Count Dooku in Star Wars. Look at those explosions, if you don't know who Christopher Lee is. He speaks like 18 languages or something, which might be an exaggeration, but it's not a big exaggeration. And he was in like the fucking Special Forces in World War II, and he killed people and stuff. And so one day he was on the set of a movie, like a war movie or something, and he was like, someone was like, "You're gonna get shot in the movie," and he was like, "Okay." And he was like, how should I act? Because he's an actor. And they were like, just do it like actual people get shot or something. Or maybe he was like, I'll just show you what it looks like when actual people get shot because movies fuck it up. And they were like, okay, Christopher Lee, show us, actor. And so basically he grabbed his stomach, looked surprised, and then fell over, like forward. And everyone was just laughing because it looked so silly. But apparently that's, you know, that's what it looks like when you get shot. Bullet hits you, you're like, what the fuck? And you fall over. Nothing glamorous, nothing like Rambo, where your head gets blown in half or something. Nothing like Rambo, the latest Rambo movie. That was the one with the bullets. A lot of bullets. A lot of shooting. So he finally sent those paratroopers over to the right. Turns out I'm an idiot, because like the right is pretty dug in with a lot of defenses. But I'm not an idiot, because he had no way of knowing that there were lots of defenses, plus a clown car shaped like a shoe over there, until he tried. Look at that thing. It's just butting over and over. The driver doesn't know what the heck he's doing. And wow, extremely lucky clown car, and still not dead, still not dead, still not dead, still not dead, very lucky clown car, very lucky. Holy shit, he's getting out of there. That's a very lucky clown car. So, he lost his paratrooper squad that he sent over there, but that was like 4 people. It was worth it just to find out what kind of defenses the opponent had. Probably did distract the opponent. He sent over that clown car at the very least, and who knows what else are heading to the right. So certainly, oh man, clown cars behind enemy lines. Look at this map, look at the map, look at the mini-map. Oh my god, oh, it's the clown car, it's sitting in the corner. Don't move your folks, storm towards it, they'll just get shot. This guy's name is Marcel Reifsnyder. Reifsnyder. And this guy's name is Victor Bauer, like Jack Bauer of 24, the television show I have never seen. There's a lot of television shows I haven't seen. I would start listing them, but that would quickly grow tedious. Ooh, what's on the left? Enemy infantry! And not for long. Thank you, Mr. Rambo, with your... I guess that wasn't Rambo. I guess there's a tank there. So things are looking much better for our hero J.H. Stoffer's mission. He's got 49 points versus 58 for the opponent. And I'm gonna move my mouse to check how much time is left in the video. Let's see if this... I'm not sure if it's gonna show up on your thing or not. But now I know. So he's like creeping forward to try and sneak up on this clown car. Good luck with that. Here's another T-34-76. This could get ugly. He hasn't moved his Panzer IV in a while, but it looks like the T-34 is not hunting for that. The T-34 is firing at the whatever vehicle's got. Oh, nice shot! Track damage, crew injured. Whatever. Oh, his Verbal-Wind. That's what he had over there on the right. He should have moved that Verbal-Wind, but probably still has time. Turret damage. That's very nice. Now the T-34 cannot move. Cannot move. Its turret is not going to be able to fire at anything. Unfortunately, I guess his computer's not working, so it looks like the T-34 is dead. That's very nice shooting by that Panzer IV. That guy should get a medal. So that really shuts down the attack on the left, and the Verbal-Wind is fine, except for the gun's dead, and he doesn't realize it, so he needs to repair this gun right now. I guess it's got an MG34 on the front, so it can use the whole machine gun, but other than that, it's got to repair the actual thing. I fail to understand how, if the gun in the turret is dead, why you would jump out and grab your repair kit and go to town on the side of the tank to try and fix that thing. That's just like horrendously counterintuitive, and I'm not sure why this Volkssturm is sneaking up on the BA-64, because it can't do shit to it. It doesn't have an AT grenade. That's not going to work, and I don't know what this BA-64 is doing, driving goddamn behind enemy lines, running left and right into buildings. This is why you don't do good direct control, folks. If you drive like a drunk person, or an old person, or an old drunk person, don't direct control your vehicles. I hope this is as, well, I hope this isn't as choppy for you guys as it is for me, but right now on my computer it's super choppy. It's probably a function of the recording device that he used, or maybe his computer's is choppy. This BA-64 cannot die! Hero clown car shaped like a shoe. Hero car, shooting Verbovins all day. And now it's gonna die. Yoink! Boom! That guy gave his life. But he will be remembered for as long as I remember him, and I've already forgotten him. That's funny. If you click on the Verbovin, well, I guess obviously you can't click on the Verbovin, and neither can I, but it shows the ammo loaded in the main gun, but the icon for the ammo is like huge. It's massive, so it's like cut off. So let's look at that next time. So now he's looking at spending his hero points. He's like, what hero point should I buy? And he realizes he can't buy anything except a Goliath because he's got pop cap. 99 out of 100 CP if you look on the right. At the top of that little bar. He's full up. Can't buy anything more. He's just completely stuffed to the gills. Blimey. This is a nice looking map. It's a nice little dock sort of thing. And these assault SMG infantry, look at those badass guys in the middle with the STG-44s. I don't know who they are, assault troopers or paratroopers or what. They are just mowing enemies down. That's what you get when you're prone, you're behind some cover, and they just run in on you. You just mow them down. He's mowing down assault riflemen and marines and everything. It's just ugly. It's ugly as sin. And so he's got a nice little defense here, and that's good. I like it. I like it a lot. Look, there's a verbal. God damn it, he unclicked on it. This guy's name is Johann Stamm. Or Stam. I've picked up, like 90% of the German I've picked up is from like playing World War II games. And apparently I've learned enough pronunciation such that I can read like a page of German and just not like awful. Like my friends who speak German are like, yeah, that's alright. So that's good. I don't understand what I'm saying though. I understand like 4 German words. And 3 of those are like Panzer. So I suppose Panzer only counts for 1 rather than 3. But you can also say like Panzer or Panzer or Panzer. Yeah, waiting game. Why is the opponent not attacking? Is he out of points or something? Is he being too cautious? I think his opponent's being a little too cautious. Although I say everybody's being too cautious. Looks like there's an attack going on the left, but the verbal then shut it down. Who do we got? Assault SMG infantry there, behind a sandbag, so he's very difficult to kill. 2 other infantrymen, 5 other infantrymen. There is a sniper still somewhere. I think he should be using a sniper slightly more. Well, we have a mortar coming up, so that doesn't matter. Mortars are like the best thing in the world. If I had to choose between living an extra 10 years or having a mortar, I would probably pick... well, I'd pick 10 years because I don't need a mortar in real life, but you know what I was going for, right? This guy's name is Gunther Schluter. Schluter. I bet everybody calls him Schlutz. Hey Schlutz! Give me that can of Pepsi you have, somehow, even though it's 1942 and we're in Germany. Yeah, I don't know where Schluter got Pepsi. Or Schlutz. The Schlutzster. Schlutmeister. Schluty McSchlut, the Schlut and Schluter. Yeah, this is... Oh, look at the verbal Van Ammo. Bottom left. Look, massive fucking clip. Or magazine. I don't know what it is. Look, it's huge. That's funny. I find that funny. It's massive, like your mom. 78 points versus 58 points, so it looks like he's turning this around. I guess either the opponent's really not being aggressive enough, or he's just running real low on points, because is this mortar close enough to do this? Really? Really? Yeah, no, way out of range. Get closer, buddy. I would head behind that small house on the right. You see it? Oh, no, you don't see it. That house. Do you see it? No, you don't see it. Okay, I would head... See that house at the bottom of the screen? I would head right behind that house. That looks pretty good. If you want to be a little more risky, you can hide behind that big sort of collapsed bit of crap on the left. So, at the maximum range of the mortar, which is about 100, its shells are not going to be quite as accurate as if you were closer. So, I try and get generally as close as possible while still being safe is, I think, the best maxim for the mortar. Because... like, ideally, you're going to kick ass with your mortar, and they're going to start retreating from your mortar, and you don't want to have to pick up and move on. Especially when you're at maximum range like this. Not only will you have to pick up and move on, but in the first place, your shells aren't going to be effective. Like, half of them are landing on the building, and half of them are landing in no man's land. He's not doing shit. All he needs is 1 shell in the middle of that little semicircle of sandbags, and like 4 people would be dead, but no, the mortar's too far. So, Move it up. Come on. Don't be a wussy. Don't be a wussy. Move it up. Move it up. Oh, mortar just killed somebody. That's nice. Veteran sniper's got 90 shots left, so he's still good. Why is he moving his sniper up and not the mortar? What do you think that— oh no! M37 just killed— number 1, what is an M37? Number 2, what did it kill? Well, it killed a tank crewman, and it looks like an M37 is an AT gun. How did I not know an M— what the fuck is an M37? Why have I never heard of you? Wow. Alzheimer's or something going on? So it looks like we can probably call this for our friend who sent in the video. I'm guessing either the opponent is out of money or he's really just not being aggressive enough. He's got to push forward more. A lot of tanks lost in this match, a lot of T-34s and IS-1s lost. I guess just one IS-1. But, you know, tanks are a sort of all or nothing proposition if you're not careful with them. It's just one hit to knock them out and you're down like 500 points or something. It's never going to be one hit on an infantry squad, so this is something to keep in mind. M37 is a tiny AT gun. I knew that. I'm not an idiot. I remember it now. The traversal mechanism on his verbal vent has broken, I believe, so he's got— this is dangerous. But the verbal vent is really mowing through people, so that too bad that M37 can't knock it out. So just, I think, better job being aggressive by this player here, more probing on the left and in the middle. And in fact, you see he's contesting the right. Very nice job buying the sniper. I think the sniper was a great job. I don't think he got too lucky with the tanks. The first tank fight sort of went against his favor, so I don't think it's all down to blind luck. I think the opponent either needs to be more aggressive, or if he didn't have enough points, he needs to buy fewer tanks. That massive IS-1 really didn't do much for him. That could have at least been a T-34-76 or a T-34, even T-34-82 or whatever that big thing is. But yep, good game. Thank you so much for sending this in. I like to cook Ethiopian food. I'm trying to think of something to end the video on. You know what's hard to make? Injera. That's Ethiopian flatbread. That's difficult. And this guy's name is René Scherer. That sounds suspiciously French. Suspiciously French. You better not be French, because you're fighting on the wrong side. I guess some French did fight for the Nazis, right? Or at least they collaborated. So, at the end, Veteran Sniper probably has like 1,000 kills. These people are probably getting close enough for the mortar to start shelling them. He's got 99 points. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Men of War is the bomb, and yes.